that came from. Welcome to paraglidingtalk.com. I'm your host, Robert Michaels. Glad that you're here. You found the best place to watch paragliding content or talking about paragliding content on the internet on Thursday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Welcome. Glad you are here. We've got a great show lined up. Kyle Oakley was supposed to be on the show. I don't know if he's going to make it. He just sent me a picture, and he said that he's dealing with some issues. His computer crashed, and something is not working for that thing. So I think he probably sprinkled some water on it or something to try to resurrect. There he is. Kyle Oakley. He's here.
Excellent content.
Oh, that's good content.
Got a clean lens.
He did make it in. I'm glad you're here. So while he's sorting that out, I'm going to do the order of business. And so I'm glad you're here. By the way, if you're interested in supporting this show, you can do it on Patreon or PayPal. There's links in the description. Thank you all for the support that you've given over the years. You guys are awesome. Let's keep the show going. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can donate and keep the show rolling. And you can learn something that might save your life or save somebody else's life. So support the show on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you for all those who have done. Also, sponsors. We have a couple new sponsors. I do want to do a screen share real quick. If you guys haven't seen this yet, it is called PPG Zone. Let me just quickly share this with you guys. Boom goes the dynamite. Yeah, so PPG Zone. It's pretty awesome. Josh Perry hosts this, and it's kind of like an alternative social media. You can post your stuff here. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So I want to encourage you to go there. I have an account there. Look we're already on there. We're on there twice. Look. Anyways, 3 times. Oh my gosh, we're famous. Paraglidingtalk.com. I do want to encourage you to go and set up an account on there and check it out. There's all kinds of good resources on there. So PPG Zone. Also, the show's brought to you by Midwest Parajet. Go check out MidwestParajet.com. They have a great organization of different schools all over the place. And there's a network of great places where you can get training. Check out their website. And Steve Reed is the guy that you're going to want to talk to and get organized with those guys. They're awesome, man. And they were the guys that got me connected with a motor. Really excited about that. Also, the show's brought to you by PPG Smoke. PPGsmoke.com is the website. Ryan Roberts, he's created a masterpiece with every component that he's added to the flying community, from smoke machines, paramotor strobe lights. He's working on a new Mini. Oh, I don't know if I can say that yet. Sometimes he drops me little nuggets of stuff he's working on. And so,
Robert, the problem is you talk in your sleep and you were dreaming, obviously. That's what's going on. You're dreaming out loud. It's okay, buddy. I'm just, that's why I'm here, is to wake you up. Wake up. You're dreaming. You're
Did
dreaming.
I say too much?
Okay. I think I think you're just dreaming. That's all.
So anyways, go check out their website. Pretty awesome. He's got chase cams, floats, lamels, and he's doing a big giveaway. Guess what he's giving away? Motors, 2 of them. And you're going to want to get involved in that. So he's got these new headsets. Go on the website. It's ppgsmoke.com. Buy the headset, and your name goes into the spinny wheel of Winnie things. And then we're going to spin the wheel once he hits a certain number. And then you can win a motor. And he's giving away 2 of them. So stay tuned. Details coming soon. You'll get in an email of all. So if you've already bought the headset, don't worry, your name's going in as well. And so it's a pre-order group. And get ready, they're coming out really soon. I got to try them. They're awesome. You're gonna really like them. Also, the show's brought to you by paramotorprops.com. If you're looking to get a great deal on props, go to paramotorprops.com. Best deals on the interwebs. Kyle,
hey man,
thank you so much for joining. I'm glad.
Are you able to hear me? Is all my stuff working? Because this was very last minute.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see the cracks in my forward-facing camera here.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
This is as good as it gets. This is the best content we got for live broadcasting, it seems, tonight.
Yeah.
Because my computer is dead on arrival. I just tried to turn it on, and it is black. And it was working like a couple hours ago. All I did was put it in the truck, went to training, came back, pulled it out, opened it up. It's making noises and dings and stuff, but I got nothing. I can't see a thing. So all I'm thinking about is like, there's a wonderful cloud flight like, do what now?
Your microphone's loud.
Is it? Oh, I'm probably screaming.
I think it's clipping, but I'm not 100% sure. But on my end, it's clipping. So you might. Yeah, there you go. That's much
tone
clearer.
it down a little. I get told that a lot. Like, softer, Kyle. It's the hearing impairment. It's got me hard. So I'm a yeller.
Crazy Uncle Bob. Thanks for your donation, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I can't see any comments because again, this is just cell phone for me. And
what a
bummer. So inside here, I've got a beautiful cloud flight I took where it was like blasting Cumies in Class G, and I was all up in them. There's flying with Harley Milne when he came through here and stayed. There's Christmas with the family, all the Christmas footage.
Don't have a funeral for it. It's probably fine. You just have you might have to just take it to the man.
I have to mail it to. Can we think we can get Apple as a sponsor? That might be.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we should try. We use the products. Huh?
That's right.
Yeah. And no, they don't need us. They don't need us to advertise.
They don't want to hear from me. I'm not an Apple user. They don't want to hear from me.
Yeah.
We made a new pilot tonight. There's one new pilot in the world.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's 3 for the year so far. I just started a week ago. So boom, boom.
That's funny because that's the first question I wanted to talk about. Talk about some of your recent events and school.
Yeah, I didn't schedule any new people until, I had a guy that stayed all of February. And I told him way ahead of time, February is a gamble, man. Like we had 5 or 6 days that were worthwhile in February. And then in March, we've had like 9 out of 11 were great. So it's already turned the corner. But nice. He stayed for a month. He never got to fly. He was right there at it. He was ready to strap a motor on. And then it just never turned good. We were waiting on that good window of weather. Never happened for him. He had to bail out. And then the guys that were right behind him, they were up in the air in just a few days, and then they had to roll out. And then the fella that showed up behind them, he did 1 day of kiting yesterday and took his flight today. So, but we had like 20-mile-an-hour winds. I had him on a mini wing all day. Like for 9 hours, he kited in 20-mile-an-hour winds with a little wing. And like he was in full control, just walking it forward by the end of the day. So I threw a motor on him tonight after a hang simulation, session, and then he went and knocked it out. So good stuff.
That's awesome. That is such a valuable thing too. I think I got an opportunity to do about maybe 2 solid hours in good 15-mile-an-hour wind in the park. And man, that's where I learned everything.
Yeah.
The light wind stuff where you got to bring it up and run.
It's hard to learn.
Hard, man. And you get tired fast. And, I packed up my wing after maybe an hour and a half each time when I would do it at the park. But when it was strong, man, you get to learn every line, every little.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
love kiting, man.
And we learned high wind kill techniques. So we learned how to stop getting dragged. We learned. No, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. That's what the speed wings are for. That's why I bought speed wings for the school.
What size are you training?
I have an 11 and a 16. So we sort of alternate them. Like if somebody's really, really fumbly, we'll put them on the 11. It can handle basically anything. And then once they develop some semblance of control, we step them up to the 16 and go from there. But it was retarded yesterday. I went flying and it was stupid. It was stupid weather. Yeah. 10 gust and 20. Ugh. Yeah, no, I made ugly faces
over here too.
Yeah. But I went up. I mean, that don't stop me, but I told them, don't do what I do, do what I say.
Did you,
I'm the worst example.
You ever take that little 11-meter wing up on a motor?
Not on a motor, but I did fly it off a hill one day. I took it to the beach. I taught Ian when he was learning to fly. This was several years ago. He was learning his kiting, and we didn't have any great weather here. It was rainy. So I took him down to Holly Beach down South Louisiana, as far as we could go. And it was still foggy. And we spent 2 or 3 days there in the fog, and everything got covered in sand and water. And it was just everything was sandy from the top down. And so we went and got a hotel at a casino in Lake Charles. It was me and like 3 of my cousins and my sons, and just like me and like a Boy Scout troop, and we were living on the beach. I took them to the grocery store, said, get whatever you want for the weekend. They bought like a 60-pack of Pop-Tarts and said, we're good. Let's go. It's like, you sure? Because this is it. So yeah, we're good. Let's go, Uncle Kyle. And so after about 2 days of Pop-Tarts, man, they were sick of them. And I was too. And we were eating fish out of the ocean and catching crabs and eating those. And finally, after 2 or 3 days, they said, let's go. And so we shot back north and got us a hotel and ate sushi at the hotel, got showers, but all the stuff was still covered in sand out there in the trailer. So when we got back to Shreveport, it was sunny and the wind was blowing. Everything had dried out. I said, we got to knock the sand off of this junk. So we went to a park off on the river and we were like kiting the tent. Like the whole tent was flying. It was so windy. I didn't know how windy it was, but I strapped into that mini wing because it was full of sand. Like Ian had been dragging it in the sand out there for 2 days, and it had 19 pounds of sand in it probably. And so I kited it and flipped it around. I was shaking the sand out of it, and I just thought, man, it is strong out here. So I kited up a little hill there at the park, and I turned around and just kind of pushed off a little bit, man, and I left the ground. And I was like, whoa, and it was real squirrely, and I came down the hill. It was just like a 20-foot flight, but when I landed it, I just like immediately put the wing down, and I was like, what kind of wind was that? Like, I'm tripping, like this wing not supposed to fly.
11 meter, huh?
Yeah. And so I looked up Barksdale was just 2 miles away. And I looked up Barksdale, and they had just put a posting up like 10 minutes before, like 26 gusting 34. Oh, and wow. I'd launched in a gust, and it had to have been that 34. I mean, it was just so close.
I was really surprised the other day, the winds at Torrey Pines. I'm borrowing a wing. I'm probably going to buy it. It's an 18-meter Sirocco.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Those are good wings. I like those wings.
Yeah. And it's got, it's got brand new risers on it, and it's just a really good wing. But I was expecting, it was only blowing about maybe 10 and gusting up to maybe 15. And I sent it off of there, and that thing was super fast, mm-hmm. Really fun. Top is, I think 95, and I fly right at 95, but that was really, that's a cool, you take those small wings out when it's really strong at Torrey Pines. Oh man, super fun.
I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to go back.
Let's go. Let's put it on the schedule.
I'm ready. I need to buy a plane ticket right now. I got my COVID mask. You see the COVID mask here? Yeah. You like that one?
I like it.
My paragliding talk COVID mask.
Paragliding.
They let me on a plane with that, right?
Yep. I'm sure they would, and they would high five you.
Probably not if I was having a coughing fit. I may be having a coughing fit.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
I'd be like, I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
I was just kidding. The California people won't let you in.
Yeah. Be barred at the door.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to keep this big bag of yours, this big bag here. We're going to keep that.
Yeah.
I just fall out in the airport. I wouldn't move the airport. I'd just cry right there. Nah, we could probably find me a wing and a harness. Huh?
Yeah, we got you.
If they confiscated mine.
Yeah, I got you.
Woohoo.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about your recent video. You dropped a video, I think 8 hours ago or so.
Oh, yeah. Was that was Ross, right? Ross was there?
Yeah. Ross came.
Yeah,
so I don't know when he would, either it was after he left my house or it was after he left from your house to my house or something like that.
He was coming from one way to the other. I don't remember either. He may have been on his way to your house.
Okay.
Maybe. Because I said something about he's probably in San Diego right now. Because I think that may have been the case. It was on his way there. That feels right. I may be wrong. It feels right to say it that way.
Yeah. So he
I could tell you.
I think he made his way back because he was at Arizona. He was at the Arizona Flying Circus on his way back. So I don't know. Okay. Yeah, he would be back either way. So yeah.
Yeah.
He lives in his van. He's always home.
You shared a video, a little glimpse of a tandem flight that you had. And I just wanted to, I didn't really, you explained it in the video, and I know you're probably going to do a breakdown video eventually on that, but I just wanted to see if I could learn anything from that. So it looked like it could have been bad. And I'll try to pull it up as we're talking.
No, I can tell you what happened. I had this tandem bar, this double, it holds the passenger in front of you. And I got it secured in with linch pins, and one of them failed. And I realized it had failed right as I was taking off. Like, I didn't know it was broken. And in the past, whenever that had happened, see, it used to happen all the time on my old setup. One of the sides would break off, and then the other one would immediately take the load and come loose. And so it happened a few times, like 2 or 3 times, way back when I started doing tandems. And it was always like a non-event. Like, we would take off, everything would get stable, and off we would go and do the flight, even if the bar was just sort of hanging at that point. It was kind of a janky setup, but I finally got it all remedied and used some like heavy duty linch pins to hold it in. And it went for over a year without breaking. Like it was fine. And so I was actually making jokes with the poor girl that was with me. Like, this thing comes off, don't sweat it. We'll be fine. Happens all the time. I was just talking my usual junk. Right. And so when I hit the gas, I told her not to fight me, just to kind of go with it. If I kind of pushed her to the side or something, well, it felt like she was pulling me, and I was like, no, go straight. And she was like, okay. And, it was like slow motion. We took off. It was a pretty good wind. And as soon as we left the ground, I realized what was going on. That bar was swinging back. And so I reached down and tried to push it to see if the other one would come loose. And the other one held on. And that was the problem. If they had both failed, no issue. But because one hung on, it swung her wildly off to the side, and we started twisting. Like it immediately went into a torque twist. When you're on that tandem, you've got a way more of a fulcrum with where the wing is and where the propeller is. And so whenever you start to torque twist, you've got all this leverage that the propeller has. Yeah, you can see it go down in the video there. So and I didn't even realize the bar was busted right there. We're just kiting, and I'm kind of talking to her like, no, go straight. And I realized it right about here, like, and we're twisted. So I just killed the motor. I killed the motor and come down. It actually wasn't as hard as it looked in the video. Kind of scary looking there. But yeah, I got like a bruise on my leg, and she got a little bruise on her arm. But, it was a mechanical failure. So I don't know. I should have probably aborted earlier. But in my mind, I'm thinking, this will work out just in a second. Nope. And so I killed the motor. Actually, I don't even break the propeller. Like I flew the motor 10 minutes later. We had to put a new piece of string on it. So not too bad at all, if you ask me, for a wreck.
Yeah, that could have been a way different scenario. A couple bruises, no big deal. I think the key was that you killed it right away.
Oh yeah, as soon as we were winding up, I'm off the power. Now I did mess up, and I pulled like way more right brake because I was fiddling with my left side. I'd let go of that brake, and I still had the right toggle in my hand, and so I was turning to the right quite a bit as well. So it was like 2 little things that I should have did differently. You see it in hindsight, but in the moment, it's all happening so fast. I'm just like, don't wind up is what I'm trying to scream to myself. We don't want to get twisted and then come down backwards. That's where you really get smoked. Right. So if you're ever twisting up, you got to come off the power. No matter what else is happening, you got to come off the power. And in my case, I got lucky and killed it quick enough that there was no damage to the engine or the propeller. Just one piece of string was all that cost me. And of course, the bar was wrecked. It got bent whenever we hit the ground. It was about to go anyway. It was on its last leg. So I got a new bar now.
Thanks. John Wayne donated $10 to the super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your contribution. With that frame is titanium, or is it?
Yeah, it's titanium. It's a McFly. It was a 150 hoop. Yeah, good engines, good frames.
Nice.
I like those. I use them in my school all the time.
Yeah, man. Super cool. So with that, there's some things that I wanted to ask you about tandems. When you take a tandem, do you have to, is there any kind of legal stuff that you have to deal with if, let's say down the road, I want to get my tandem certification and I want to take somebody up, what has to happen? What do I have to do in order to do that? And I don't want to get in trouble. I mean, I'm wild enough to try.
There's a FAA waiver to do for instructional foot launch.
Oh, okay. So it's just like touring
now they've changed it. They've changed it recently though. Now you can do them with wheels.
I heard that.
So now there's a wheeled exemption, which is really what they should have done all along, because it's so much safer to take a passenger up with wheels than a foot launch, just for the kind of stuff like what you just saw there, that kind of stuff is unlikely to happen with a wheeled setup. Everything's got its own set of risk, but yeah, we never did find the linchpin. I don't know what failed and why, because it should have held good. Like, it was just gone. We looked and looked and looked, but it was pretty obvious when you look at the video that linchpin had came loose before the launch at some point. We're not exactly sure where. We never saw it. We never know if the failure was the pin itself, but the piece it was hooked to was still there and it wasn't damaged at all. So it could have been a broken linchpin, or it could have just popped loose. We're not exactly sure.
Is this like the spreader bars that they connect here and then it goes out to the front and then
no, all that is what holds the structural load.
Right.
The tandem bar just basically keeps your passenger in front of you. Because when you're on a foot launch paragliding tandem, you tell the passenger to run and they basically pull you down the hill, right?
Right.
So with the motor pushing, what can happen is you can outrun your passenger and they can swing over to the side of you and you know, hey, how you doing over there? You know, you're instead of tandem, you're more like a side by side.
Right.
So you can flip. If without that tandem bar, that passenger can move around in front of you. It just holds them dead in front of you so that the motor pushes, it basically pulls them from the front. So
what happens?
It's hard hooked into your swing arms, and then it goes out and then it hooks into the front of their harness. And so when the motor pushes, it actually pulls the passenger forward.
And
is the way
what snapped then? It was the linchpin.
The connection that holds it to the swing arm. So it held on the right, it popped off on the left, and that caused all the weight to swing off to the left. And then we started torque twisting. That was all she wrote. Game over. We had to quit.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this video later on once I'm taking tandems.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell when we were there. I was right there in the moment. I saw it unfolding in real time. So, you know, I know what happened before I even saw the video. It's kind of hard to see what happened. It looks like we take off, spin a little bit, and then just crash. Like, you know, but the crash was all on purpose.
Did you?
I knew we were going down. I just tried to go down easy.
Did you get stuck, turtled?
No, the wind, it was blowing hard. So it kind of, when we hit, she sort of landed on top of me. And then the wind kind of pulled us over and I rolled over on top of her and sort of pinned it. And I saw everybody coming to help. So I just let them grab the wing and stuff. We were just right there by the spectators, but it was pretty mild. I was looking at her like, you okay? She's like, yeah. So I knew we were good at that point. But
here's the real question. Did you fix it and send it again or no?
Oh yeah. 10 minutes later. I flew it 10 minutes later. Yeah.
Did she go?
No, the tandem bar was broke. We couldn't.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have a way to do it, but I flew the motor by myself at that point. Yeah. So just to check it out, make sure it was running right. So yeah.
Wow.
Fun stuff, man. Fun stuff.
Jordan Scone donated $5 to the super chat, and he said, "This is good content like EFD." Endless foot drag.
Endless foot drag.
Must be an inside friend.
I don't know. I don't remember much of that. I don't remember much of that one.
Yeah. So that's cool. I'm glad there was some lesson learned. By the way, this show is brought to you by American Allied Drains and Plumbing. If you are in the San Diego area, you need some plumbing, American Allied Drains and Plumbing is your company. If you mention Paragliding Talk, you'll get a 10% discount on their services. Pretty awesome. Call if you want to get something set up, 844-777-9055. Also, this show is brought to you by Para Orange Products. Larry and Chris make all kinds of great stuff. And by the way, I bought a bunch of stuff now from them. I think we should be even now on all the sponsorship over the years from what we bought just this last batch. And they always send extra free stuff in there. They're such cool people. So go check out their website, paraorangeproducts.com. You want to know what I bought? The little stuff sack, the lightweight one that you keep on your motor. Because I got a motor, Kyle.
I heard about this. Congratulations.
Yeah,
welcome
thanks,
to the fraternity.
Yeah.
you live in San Diego at the mountains.
Yeah. I've actually needed it a few times. This winter has been
hey, you're one of the few people I know that probably has to go further to use the motor than they do to do a free flight.
I'm dead serious.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy. That makes me so jealous.
It's insane. Well, I actually have anyways, I can't share where we launch from, but it's great.
That's right. Everything's secret in San Diego. I know. I know the secret handshakes.
It's all underground. Yeah.
Now he just has to change the name of the show.
Yeah. No, I was trying to get a free flight guy in there. We can shame Giuseppe. Giuseppe said he didn't want to come on the show.
Bummer.
So we'll do some public shaming. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I love to have control. You know, I'm in control of the show. You know what I'm saying?
It's
if
your
I want
show,
to
man.
shame people.
Your show. You invented it. You get to run it the way you want.
I got a spontaneous question, and I guess it's a good one. I know at least one of our former past guests and or audience people would appreciate this question. But Kyle, what are your thoughts of Nebraska PPG?
Well,
that's a trolling.
Thoughts of bourbon come to mind.
That's a trolling question from the chat. I guarantee it. 106 people are watching the show right now. By the way, you're popular, Kyle.
No,
yeah, they love you.
They're watching for you, man.
107 actually. 107.
Poor souls.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever connected your GoPro to use it as a webcam? I just read this morning that you can do that.
I tried some stuff like that, but I suck at technology. Yeah. I suck bad. Like it was a miserable failure. I tried it one more time. It was even a worse failure, and I just hung it up after that.
Okay, so I'm not even going to mess with it. If Kyle can do it, I definitely can.
But I do have a sweet helmet project that is in the works, and I'm getting real close to being done with it.
Are you going to video it?
I videoed the whole process. It took like 2 months, but I've got, the GoPro, the comms, the mic thing, the wires, the battery, everything snags on everything. Every time I touch a paramotor or a paraglider, I'm hanging by my stupid helmet, right? It happens every time. I'm the world's best at that. And so I fixed it. I made fairings for all the parts so that everything is recessed behind a fairing now, and it's snag proof. And I've got it. It's wet with primer right now. All I got to do is sand it and do the final paint. And it's going to be legit. It looks like a Star Wars helmet, like some sort of stormtrooper thing. Yeah.
So I saw legit, you, man. I saw you doing that. I forgot about that video. Yeah, you were doing the vacuum seal or vacuum.
The infusion. Yeah, the resin infusion.
Yeah.
I've been messing with some carbon fiber. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I'm sure that'll be something I need to learn soon. I have a carbon fiber. What's it called? E-prop. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been wintertime here. So I've spent a bunch of time out in the shop. Like first it was about fixing the shop. Like that shop has just seen no love for a couple of years, with the school being full time and everything. So it was kind of a welcome relief. I didn't schedule anybody for December, January. And then of course, February had the one guy, but it was most of the days I was spent in the shop, and I maintenance the windows, the seals, the doors, the everything, the lights, the vacuum corners, boxes, organize and throw the trash out, move the junk upstairs. Finally got everything mostly on wheels, a lumber rack on the wall, steel up off everything's redone. Like my kids walked out there like, "We like your new shop, Dad." And I'm like, "It's the old shop. I just cleaned it." And so,
nice.
So I did a full revamp, and then I was able to start like some real projects again. And so the helmet was a big part of it because I want to use that for my vlogging, because I used to vlog back when I had a computer and I could make videos, but seems like that part of my life is over now. And hope they like the Ross video. That's going to be it for a minute, I'm afraid.
Your computer shot. Dang it.
Let's spread the word, man. If Kylo vanishes from the YouTube, it ain't my fault.
Josh Perry might be able to help you. He's
he could probably fix anything.
He's in the chat, but he's real savvy with the computer stuff.
So just throw it towards Missouri and see if he'll catch it and fix it.
It's halftime. We're going to give away something. You know what we're going to do tonight? We're actually going to have Josh Bowden's not even watching tonight, but he's going to give something away tonight.
Nice.
And he doesn't even know it. You know what he's going to give away?
Fighter cock whiskey.
He's actually going to give away a PPG Smoke Chase Cam.
Let's
spin the wheel.
Yeah, good call. You see,
Josh Bowden doesn't even know right now.
Well, and Josh didn't know that I brought up the whole, what does Kyle think of Nebraska PPG? Because
Oh, is he in there? Is he in the chat?
No, absolutely
okay.
not. I was
Okay.
asking the question for him just because I know he'd be like, why didn't he ask Kyle that question? You know?
So I wonder if instead of donating the half pint of Fighter Cock whiskey, he probably made somebody drink it. That's probably what happened. That's why he's giving away a smoke cam.
Probably. Are you ready, Robert?
Yeah, spin away.
Here you go. We're spinning.
Oh, I thought it was already spinning. It was just in an idle position.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I greased this up really good, Kyle.
I see.
You'd be proud. You'd be
Poor
proud.
paraglider guy's about to get G'd out.
Yeah. I need to digitize a little burrito barfing there.
By the way, put a little hypnosis thing and hypnotize people, right? A little swirly.
This spin was brought to you by Nebraska PPG. Josh Bowden runs a school in Nebraska, and if you're interested in getting some top-notch training, sign up with Josh and his team today. I know they're signing people up right now because the weather's starting to change. So thank you for sponsoring this giveaway, Josh. Oh, it might be Michael Brennan. If it is Michael Brennan, no way.
Oh, it might be Sir Hillerson. I don't know.
Oh, it's so close. Mike
Brennan.
Congratulations, Mike Brennan. You are.
Who's Mike Brennan? Is he local to you?
No, actually, I thought it. So there's a guy named Mike Bremer. Now I don't know. He makes these motors, electric motors, and he puts them into like Volkswagens, old school Volkswagens. So he's converting these cars to electric.
Oh, nice.
He's a local. I don't know. I don't know if that's him. I thought it was Mike Brem. I was about to look on Instagram. By the way, you can follow the show on Instagram, Paragliding Talk. Instagram.
North Carolina. Mike Brennan is in the chat.
Okay.
And
congratulations,
yeah.
Mike Brennan. Reach out to me through the website, paraglidingtalk.com/contact, and I'll send your information over to Josh. And Josh is going to send you out one of these fancy little PPG smoke chase cams. Isn't he?
I remember back when I could look at the chat back when I had a computer. That was so fun those days. Gosh, I used to have so much fun with the chat. Miss you guys. I miss you guys in the chat over there. Okay.
Almost as one of those times when the internet would go.
I remember that
was
too.
Pretty good, Sean.
I know, right?
Good.
He's heard that a few times.
Yeah, dial up. He's got.
We all have.
He's only had 25 years to practice it.
AOL. Yeah, you got mail. People say that now. It's like, what the heck is that?
A quick tangent. Back then, when the internet was making those noises, I signed up for like this gun broker account, right? That was the internet thing. And so I signed up with like my dad's local bank and trust email thing. Well, the bank went away, the email dried up, and then I've not ever been able to log back on to the gun broker account because I don't have that email or that password. It's not even a thing anymore. And so I've tried like a few times over the years and no joy.
Got to create a new account.
I tried. It said I had, because I already had a name in there and I had to go through the old email. Like, we sent you an email. So it was a mess. It was a big fat mess, like the rest of my world, it seems.
We got a question from the chat. Yankee Paramotor asked, what percentage of Kyle's students buy his time by the hour versus a full course?
I don't do hours anymore. Yeah. I do full courses only. Yep.
Full course meal.
Yep. Awesome. 1,500. Come and get as much as you want.
Okay. I want to sign up.
Bring it.
Can I stay at the house?
You've already prepaid. I think I owe you money, actually. Yeah. Probably the way it is.
Does Jen cook every night?
No.
No? You cook?
I cook.
Every night?
Neighbors cook.
Not every night.
Cook good too.
But when we cook, I cook, yeah.
What do you got for fast food around there?
The Sonic, Mickey D's. There's a Chinese place.
Regular stuff.
Chickadilly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a Taco Bell's, Chavos.
Okay.
That's about it. Enough. That's all of them. That's everything we got.
That's all I got. That's all I got to say about that.
Small town. No, that's it. That's the end of the list.
Oh, that's it. Nice.
For sure.
There was a couple other let's see here. Paul Elwood, local here. Great guy. Been supporting the show from the beginning. Kylo, can you tell us about your school? Any changes, plans in the future? And he said, Kyle, wipe the lens on your webcam. It's not blurry because it's dirty. It's blurry because it's shattered.
It's been dropped. I wish I could show you the phone.
Oh,
it's a sad story.
He did
I got the screen. I got the screen, like paid $200 to have all the glass brand new. Walked out of the store, got on the unicycle. 30 seconds later, Scorpion crashed and rolled over and busted it again.
Oh.
And I didn't even go back in the store to ask for another one. I just kept going, and it was good for 30 seconds. Yeah. There we go.
Picture. Yeah,
that's me. Right?
This was the picture that he sent me just before the show, like 10 seconds before the show. His computer not working.
Frustration on it.
I'm just glad that you were able to figure out how to make it work with your phone, because I don't know. I was going to be really sad.
It's just barely working. In fact, they're like, wipe your lens,
Yeah.
I suck. I knew.
Hey, people are going to troll. It just
I knew when I broke the phone out, I was like, they're going to love this content.
From all the grand handling that I do, my cameras end up look like that from the beaner slapping against the camera or on the screen.
Broke my phone. Yeah.
I do it all the time.
I put my phone on my instrument deck, and same thing happens all the time, man. I have a little cover. Yep.
No, the school, though, I'm actually considering cutting back the school a little bit because I want to go fly too, right?
See?
Yeah. I'm scheduling people through May at this point, and I'm seriously considering taking the majority of the summer off and then kicking it back on in the fall when the weather starts to cool a bit. Just because I don't have to teach. I do this because I like to do it. And I've been doing it for 3 years, almost nonstop, except for the few vacations I've scheduled. But I'm to the point in my life now where my bills are paid. And so I don't owe anybody anything. I'm thinking just take some time for myself, because that's the stuff you can't buy more of.
You got a few students in the chat watching right now, by the way.
Heck yeah. I love my students, man. They're always welcome. That's the thing. Yeah. And, but as far as bringing, just continuing pushing through the heat of the summer, that hurt me last year going full summer. So, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that it's gone as well as it has for you, though. I remember back in the day, it was questionable. You're like, I don't know how, Or
well, you're one of the first like 3 that showed up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Sean came back when it was a per lesson. That was 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
So that was just a per lesson. You buy a few lessons, much as you want, that sort of thing. But ultimately, it ended up better to do it the way I'm doing it now, and not have to keep up with who knows what and all this jive. So, but it's been good. I'm not going to quit, but I certainly don't want to push so hard that I get burned out either, because it could do it. I'm that way with the drugstore. Like, I love pharmacy as a profession, but what it's turned into is dealing with insurance BS. And today I spent so much time on just like 3 phone calls with insurance companies. I just felt like throwing something and, flipping the customers off and walking out. I was so upset with, being on the phone. My neck was hurting from being on the phone. And, you get done and then you make $2 off the phone call and you're just gosh, that wasn't worth 45 minutes. And it's turned into that, sadly, at community retail pharmacy. Ooh. Now, I like doing the compounding in the back, but you still got to have somebody up front dealing with this kind of jargon that goes on here. So I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting tired of working and I'm just ready to retire. Is that what I'm saying?
It's where you kind of feel like you're living to work instead of working to live,
Yeah. I don't want to die with any money in the bank. Do you?
Yeah, for what? We're trying to get on that adventure status.
That's right. Just dirtbag it for the rest of existence, right?
Yeah. Matt Minion.
No, I can't do that either. I got the family and the kids. I still have to pay the electric bill. I got that bill. So it's paid this month, but no, she pays the internet. I don't want no part of it.
Oh, that's why you came to the shop.
I don't even use the internet. Oh, we have it, but she pays it. I just it's not real fast out there. So
Yeah.
I give up on it. I use my cell phone. I got unlimited cell phone.
That's why Colin knows that modem sound. He's like, oh, she takes care of the internet out there.
The discount budget,
man. She's cool people, man. Cool people.
We're just too far out. We're too far out.
Hopefully, y'all got that video from Aaron I sent you. I don't know if you got it or not. Yeah.
Maybe.
Aaron,
is it on this computer?
I don't know. I think he had it on his GoPro. He said he'd send it to you. I was like, oh, cool, man. Yeah, appreciate it.
Aaron stopped by like a couple of weeks ago on his way back from Salton Sea. Yeah. And he hung out for a few days and we did some flying and stuff. Fun times.
I've got some questions about free flying. I keep on getting accused of going full paramotor, but that's not true. It's still paraglidingtalk.com.
Just stepped over.
And I still love free flying. So, but anyways, I want to talk about some of your free flight wisdom and what advice you have for people that are wanting, because there's a ton of guys that want to get into free flight, and there's a few things that we need to know before we make the transition. And so I just want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. A transition from beginning or from paramotor?
From paramotor or just in general free flight. What's your feelings and consensus on it?
Free flight's got to be approached in a more stepwise, a more patient manner. If you're going to do it right. I mean, you don't just huck yourself off in any old day and hope to do well. You know, it'll wad you up and spit you out the other side. So you just got to pick the days. You got to, you know it as well as anybody that's got experience, is you don't get to pick when you want to go. You go when it's right to go. And it's so the weather dependent thing that we do with a motor. You just wait for it to calm out and go. But for free flight, you gotta pick it when it's good. You got to have lift. You got to deal with some turbulence. You got to fly the wing properly. You can have a good ridge glass off and, learn your basics and do that. But to really step out and do some cross country, some free flight, some thermal climbs, that's the stuff that starts to get, intermediate, advanced level stuff. So, but it's mainly reading the sky, reading the weather, doing it right, having some good mentors around, the experienced people on the hill. Listen to those guys. They know what's up, right? Now, you got to be careful just because they've been there a while. Some people have got this ground suck attitude, like, nope, can't go today. It's garbage up there. And, and then you see people flying around having fun. And it's like, well, why do they think it's garbage? And they think it's fun. So careful with who you listen to and what they're saying. If they're constantly whining about how nasty it is, well, it's never going to be good. Right. Sometimes you got to go, but there's a fine line between, good and too good, if you know what I mean. So, but if you're just starting out, my advice is just to take it slow, go master your basics, master your kiting. You can't kite enough. It's so important to be dialed in with the wing. If you're making fumbles, you got to figure out why, and you got to remedy that. It's just the nature of what we do. The people who can ground handle really well are the ones who can fly really well. And that's it. Stay away from the ground too. That's the part that'll hurt you, is the earth. So no close proximity flying, especially when you're new, but typically for anybody, anytime. Get away from the earth as quick as you can and go as far away from it as you can. And you'll probably have a much better experience flying. So give yourself some room, give yourself some time. There's no rush.
Yeah, that's a really good point about talking who you talk to. That's, I say that stuff in the church. Be careful who you hang out with. Be careful who you become. You become who you hang out with. If you're surrounding yourself with incredible pilots, you are going to eventually be an incredible pilot. And if you're listening to this, scary Larry, there's always going to be the guy, we call him Debbie Downer. It's like, I'm not going to fly today because it looks like it's going to be this and that. And it's probably a decent day, but because he got scared on a day like that, I've been scared a handful of times. As a matter of fact, the time that you were here, I got scared and went and landed in the valley.
Yeah. I remember that. You hitchhiked back.
Yeah. Terrified. And we were booming up, and those thermals were cracking. And
that was the middle of the day when I went way
midday.
back up over the dam, wasn't it?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Because I pushed back. I didn't want to keep going. I didn't know where I was at, so I pushed back to the hill.
Yep. And you're flying the Enzo, right?
Zeno. It was on the Zeno. I
Zeno,
just got the Zeno. Yeah, that's what I came out there to do, was to really get some time on it, and I did.
Yeah.
And I was still pretty green on that one, because I learned some stuff on the hill because it was strong, and I got my butt handed to me in the strong wind, and then I figured out what I did wrong, and I remedied that. And I've not had any trouble since, except for launching in zero wind or trying to launch in zero wind. That's a beast.
Zero wind.
I can't neither. I'm not on the Zeno. I could do it with other wings, but that wing requires at least two. For me, you got to have two in your face to get that wing to fly right. Once it turns into a wing, you got it. You can jam it, but you can't put air in it with anything less than two.
Right.
Or at least not my old butt. I can't do it.
You can't run fast enough.
Yep.
What? Paul Elwood donated $25 to Super Chat. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that, man.
Right on. That's a week's worth of gasoline. Oh, wait, not California. Not in California. That's 2 days worth of gasoline in California.
Like half a tank on my paramotor. Yeah, prices are going up too. Dang it.
Oh, man.
I've got some AMS oil. If you guys want to buy some AMS oil.
That Sabre? Saber's good stuff.
I got Sabre, and there's a few guys locally here. Randy, he's a part of the Raptors. We call them the Ugly Raptors. I've realized that I'm not really an ugly Raptor yet. I don't know what I have to do. They gave me a sticker and a T-shirt, but then
Gringo, some of that oil, man. That right? Is that what?
Gringo kept my shirt. He took my money, kept my shirt.
How about a discount on the oil? I'll get you in the chat.
He doesn't even they got this special chat that they have on this Telegram or whatever, and he won't even invite me. So I know I'm not an ugly Raptor yet, but I will be one day. Sure how it works. But I know Paul Elwood wants to get some training. I'm not sure if he should probably just come out to you guys. Oh my gosh.
Is he close to here?
No, he's right next door to me. He's he's on radio, and he'll listen to the radio. He knows what frequencies we're on, and he'll listen to what's going on over at Blossom. Cool. And he can see Blossom from his house. Dang, Craig Taylor just shared me the prices of Nantucket gas. That is brutal. Yeah. They're killing him over there. $4.26 a gallon on Nantucket Island.
Sean says still $2.69 for 92 non-ethanol gas in Arkansas.
Wait, it's
about $2.50 a gallon right here, right now.
Wow, I feel like driving there just to fill up.
Probably worth it.
Yeah, it'd be worth it. Save some money. What was that, Craig?
Bring the milk jugs.
Yeah,
that's right. Golly. Fill up the bag. Bring a couple barrels with you.
Oh, Randy's in
the chat. Leg it back to California.
Randy's got your shirt.
He's got my shirt. Okay, good. I still blame Gringo. Let's talk a little bit about wing choice and what's your go-to these days, Kyle? And
man, there are so many good wings out there. I can't just pick one. I mean, what's the mission, right? You got to pick a wing for every mission, and there's a good one for every mission, and probably not all from the same company either. You know, there's good stuff coming. There's stuff that's out that I've not even tested yet. I hear there's a new Mojo 2 that I didn't really like the original Mojo. It was just too slow, boaty and doggy, but they say there's a 2, like a new A-wing on the street. I don't know. I have to touch one to see what I think about that one. No comment yet. You know, I still like the Dudek Universals for motor, and those wings are just a hoot. Nobody not likes them. And then, free flight. Golly, what do you got? The Alpina 3?
Yeah, I'm Alpina.
That wing's amazing.
I'm looking at the 4 right now.
I got the Delta 3. I still got it. Not flown it since I got the Zeno. Maybe once just as a novelty.
D3,
I flew it at Pine Mountain and the Delta 3, and I was like, I should have brought the Zeno up, right?
It's a nice looking wing. That's the great one, right?
Yeah, but if
Great
you
Yeah,
fly
yeah.
Yeah,
White and gray, for
Xeno in
sure.
your
that's
pocket,
beautiful.
Yeah, I like the Xeno. It's good. It's a handful though. It's a E&D 2-liner wing. You got to be where you got to be with it.
busy.
And then yeah, and then there's the the full out hot tamale reflex speed stuff that you're going to get to eventually if you're big into motors and trying to go fast and be agile. And so I got this new Flow RPM. That one's just a salty dog of a wing, raw, nasty, or just speed. It's just raw, nasty reflex speed. It's kind of efficient. I like the Flow wings. I can't wait to try some of their free flight stuff. The XC Racer, is that what they call it?
Yep.
Have
Somebody's
you
got
got
one
to
around
touch
here.
one of those?
No, I haven't, but
I
they're
hear the people like them.
they're
Like the
coming
people
around
that
though.
fly them are like, ooh,
I
yeah,
do want to try one.
yeah.
I
I'm
flew
gonna.
something. What did I fly the other day? I flew a what was it? Man, I've been flying all kinds of. I flew a Mac Para, Colorado.
Yeah, those are nice. You want to
was
be
fun.
loaded up at the top on that one. I've flown several sizes in that wing, and the smaller I go, the more I like it. The ones that you're kind of in the middle of the range on the Colorado, I don't like to be there on that wing. It's not. It doesn't have. It's missing something. Yeah, too light. You want to be loaded up or over the top on that wing to get a really good result out of it. That's what I found in my testing on that one. I believe the Charger 2 from Mac Para is coming out or has come out, and I've not got to touch one of those yet. But I really liked the Charger 1. It's a real nice, easy inflating, easy to fly wing for beginners, beginner mediates with motors. But free flight. There's a bunch of stuff, and then there's some real good wings that are expensive too. The advanced wings. I've not flown a bunch of them, but I know they're nice wings.
They're pretty popular over here.
But they're all $1,000 more than the counterparts from another. Exactly. I mean, I don't understand where that money's going. It ain't the little winglets on the side for sure. That don't do anything.
Yeah.
But
I like that little winglet. That just lets you know.
That's just to let you know what they're flying. Like he got to spend he got an extra $1,000 to spend on that.
Yeah.
That's what those winglets tell you.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I figure they just make a little extra drag for no reason, but it's a selling point. I don't know. Anyway, I've been curious about those, and then Jen makes some good stuff. I've flown a bunch of Jen gliders that were real nice.
Oh yeah.
And it's just again, you can't just pick one. There's just no way to do it. There's so much good stuff out there. The new materials, that light Porsche cloth they're making them out of. Oh wow, yeah. You take some mass out of the wing, and it's just amazing.
By the way, this show is brought to you by iFly Powered Paragliding. If you're interested in flying paramotors, no better place to get the proper training than iFlyIndiana.com. Kevin and his team will get your feet off the ground. Also, this show is brought to you by Lone Star Paramotor. If you're in the Lone Star state of Texas, you can reach out to Ron Turan and his team for world-class training. The website is LoneStarParamotor.com. Hey, Craig, what do you say you step in here and do a commercial for Resurgence PPG, huh?
Oh, you caught me filling in links. Resurgence PPG is our 501c3 for veterans, by veterans. Please go to Resurgence PPG and help support. If you know women or men that have served and could benefit from the life-changing experience of flight, please go to Resurgence PPG and nominate them. It really, really goes a long way, not just for them, but their friends and families as well. Fantastic thing that they're doing. Also, check your NOTAMs and TFRs when you get in the air. Fly safe.
Check your NOTAMs. That's something I actually have to do now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Normally you just go to Blossom, you fly. Nobody's coming to bother you.
Everybody else is up there. I could go too.
Yeah, fine. I'm just gonna go land at the bottom.
They're gonna scramble the F-16s for you if it's closed, right?
Yeah, we're right there. Miramar's right down the road.
You can hear the jets from the mountain.
Yeah. They flew the other day a couple of those Osprey right through
Oh,
Blossom.
yeah.
They were high enough, but we were high enough.
Uh-huh.
They flew probably about $6,000. We were flying at $4,000. So
Wow.
it was, and when they come through, you feel them.
I
I mean,
bet.
it's
Yeah,
shaking the TV.
it's a totally different sound. You can hear airplanes and you can hear helicopters, but when you hear one of those, your brain sort of stops and it's like, what is that? That's not a helicopter. That's not an airplane. And it's got the rotor size that puts that sound right in the middle. And there's nothing else that sounds like those things except for those things.
Yeah. They've probably got some pretty weird props on those things.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm gonna.
They're shorter than helicopter, bigger than airplane. So
yeah,
is when you hear it, it's like they interbred, and that's the offspring.
yeah. They shake the my house when they fly in pairs a lot of times too. They'll shake that, rattle the windows. There was a question from Matt Cowan. He said, "Have you seen Scout's new hybrid paragliding pod with a motor thingy they're working on? And what do you think?" Great question.
I mean, if you're doing super long cross countries, pods on a paramotor are probably helpful in keeping you warm, so your feet ain't dangling in the wind. I use, pod harness for free flight all the time, and I wouldn't switch back now that I've used them for several years. But for a paramotor, I probably would say, unless you're doing really long cross countries in cold conditions, I'd probably skip it. It seems like it'd be more of a trip hazard and extra, bumfuzzlement getting ready versus just doing what we do. I mean, for paramotors, the less you put on, the better. You can strap every kind of gear kit. What's that? The pod?
Yeah, because you can't have
it's
the
in
pod
front of
flapping.
you. You come in from the bottom,
so it's on your lap.
Yeah, it's on your lap. And the ones I've seen have like a bungee that kind of holds them up, and then when you take off, you can deploy them, kind of like a speed bar, and then you tuck in from underneath to put your feet in them. So,
have you tried it yet?
No, I haven't. But again, I wouldn't want to. I mean, I wouldn't want to on a paramotor. Well, unless I'm doing a really, really long cross country in cold weather.
Me and Gringo and Matt Minyard were freezing to death. It was probably like 56 degrees.
Oh yeah.
And we flew from Little Black to the beach, and we were hitting like a good 10-mile-an-hour headwind, and it took forever to get there.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was get down on the ground. When it was done, I'm like, this paramotoring's for the birds. I'm out of here. I'm freezing. I was so cold. And I know I said it in the video. I'm like, 56 degrees. You guys are flying in negative temperatures, but no, it was frigid.
Well, if you dress for it,
we weren't dressed. We're
that's the problem. You got to put on your onesie with the insulation.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember why you don't fly with the ugly Raptors much. It's because we leave at 6:30 in the morning. He doesn't like to fly early mornings. That's why he doesn't motor so much.
Oh boy.
You're lucky my wife was talking to me. I know you're talking smack, Gringo.
Tell her and I say hello.
Kyle says hello.
Hi, Kyle. When you coming back?
Soon. I hope soon.
He said soon. I hope soon. He's got so much stuff going on over there. He's training people. He works at a drug dealer.
Picking up a storm lately, so we've been getting all the goodies lately. It seems like it's Christmas, but there's a lot of baking stuff going on in the house. It's nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, Gringo keeps rubbing it in, talking about banana nut bread and cookies and flowers.
Oh, you eat good at his house, too. No doubt about that. I've eaten at his house. It's amazing. It's amazing. For sure. It's pretty amazing at Robert's house, too. I mean, I'd have to compare the two. But I had a great time out there. I can't wait to get back. Heck yeah.
A couple pounds out here.
Oh, that's funny. Matt stayed with us, and she made lasagna, and I think she made lasagna for you and me, too.
Yep. Sure enough.
Yeah.
Weird. It's a Louisiana thing, I guess.
Louisiana thing. No, that was my idea. That was my idea. Right? I wanted some of that.
Lasagna is good.
Guys, thank you so much. We're going to go to the after show. All the supporters, thank you guys. All the people in the chat. My word, this was a great show. You guys are cranking
Hit that like button.
17 people or something like that.
Of course, I didn't get to play along in the chat room. Love
no, that's
time.
probably better. You were
Best
focused.
chat in the world.
no trolling these innocent people in the.
I fall for the trolls, man. I like to interact with them briefly.
Yeah.
Let them think they're winning, and then pull the eject handle right when they think they're doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, they're out there. I actually want to do a little segment on my channel on just these guys that are talking smack. There's a lot of trolls on the internet, man, and especially when you're a new guy to paragliding. Oh man, I've got some comments that are just, you should every once in a while just go and read the comments on my Cascade video. Welcome to Palomar. These guys know it all, man.
Oh yeah.
They know it
for sure.
I held my own. I think it's worth going. I think I want to pull some of those comments though and read them and just have some sad music rolling in the background.
I think you could like videos on. There's a whole category of YouTube videos like reacting to comments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like people want to hear the drama and see the reaction. I thought about reading some mean comments. Like,
yeah.
They do it on late night shows when the celebrities like mean tweets about them, and they read their own mean tweets. So that's great.
Yes.
That's great. I see it on the YouTube. One of the late night shows does YouTube. It's reading mean tweets or mean comments, and it's celebrities though. Like I don't count.
Yeah.
But
no, you do, Kyle.
But I do have some mean comments. I've got some mean comments on my channel.
There's
Kyle, enough to read a few.
10,000 subscribers. Think about that. Think about how many 10,000 people have ever sit in an audience. That's pretty big audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but out of the whole pool, it's like the little club. It's just a little club. It's like quality subscribers. I got quality subscribers. Right.
25% of them in there that are just waiting to see you crash, and that's it.
I know. I made exactly. I think I made I was editing a video and I said something like, I'd like to thank all 60 million of my viewers, and just talking. I was just talking smack.
I like that.
Your best subscribers are the 110 that showed up tonight.
That's right.
That's a fact right there.
I got some diehards. I love you guys. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. So thanks again, Anthony Peregringo, Craig Taylor, Sean Napsker. I thought Nick was in there for a minute. Thank you guys for your moderation, all that you guys do, all the super chats, all the people that are supporting the show. Until next time, thank you for watching paraglidingtalk.com. If I don't see you on there, I'll see you in there. We're going to go to the after show. If you want to be a part of the after show and you're one of the Patreon supporters or one of the super chat supporters or one of the PayPal supporters, you can join us in the after show. I don't know how long Kyle's going to stick around. He's probably got to go to bed, but you're welcome to come hang out with us.
I was just going to do some edits, but that's no good anymore.
No
good.
Yeah. We got to let's get Kyle to 60 million. So like this video. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.